Toastmasters in the kitchen provides a supportive and positive learning experience. Build confidence, communication, and leadership skills while exploring the world of food and cooking.
I used to fear when people would tell me that they were allergic to something or that they had some type of a reason, like they were kosher, something that was out of my comfort zone. And I would spin because I wasn't sure what to do and I didn't want to give them food they couldn't eat. I thought that would be totally embarrassing. So what I'd like to do today is talk to you about a few things, share my allergies, and show you some foods that I use that have made life so much easier. If you are what you eat, I used to be a cheese ball. Now, I would put cheese on a cookie. I thought there was no better food than cheese. So imagine how disturbed I was when I was diagnosed with allergies to wheat, dairy, eggs, and peas. Now, I did go through a grieving period for my cheese, and I really haven't found a great cheese substitute, and I'll talk about that for a minute. But what I'd like to tell you is that there are wonderful things that you can do, and the goal should be, if you are cooking for people other than yourself, to make food that everybody can eat and everyone can enjoy. So you're not cooking multiple meals. I think that's very important. Reimagining my favorite recipes was sometimes simple, sometimes an absolute disaster. One of the first things I tried doing was making my own bread, not realizing that you had to have a bread maker that does gluten-free. I didn't understand the science behind the bread. I didn't understand that it was the gluten that held everything together. When I opened up the bread maker, there was just a bunch of crumbs in the bottom of the bowl. It was embarrassing and horrible and one of the worst things that I'd ever done. Now, probably not the worst thing. I tried making a pumpkin pie my first year, and I didn't have good milk substitutes for the sweetened condensed milk. Now, when a food tastes good, that's one thing. But if it tastes good but doesn't look good, that's another issue. My pumpkin pie looked like goose poop. Nobody would eat it. Now, I can't say that I blame them, but it tasted fine, looked horrible. I've fixed that problem. It's been about 12 years now since I was diagnosed with these allergies. And in the beginning, it was very difficult. I used to have to go to 6 different stores to get all the products that I needed. Now I've got one main store that carries a ton of food, and there's just a few little places that I need to go to get extra things. So I'd like to share some of these with you. First of all, this is my butter, Earth Balance. There are some other good butters out there too, but this one works really well and is not the most expensive thing on the shelf, which is important because allergy foods are expensive foods. It's unfortunate, but true. So you can do with that, you can make your sautés, you can saute your vegetables, put it on your toast, put it in your any type of butter usage. It's really good. Mayonnaise, Best Foods, plant-based mayo. This is the one that I found tastes most like real mayo, at least what I grew up with. So check it out. Do you like tortillas? Now, I do sometimes make my own, but Mission gluten-free, and here's the key, chickpea. You want the chickpea tortillas because they taste really, really like a real tortilla does. Eggs for a while was a problem. And I often said if I could just get one food back, it would be eggs. And that's because you had to know how the egg worked in the recipe in order to get the right substitute for it. And I am not a food chemist. Eggs from plants. Okay, it's liquid. 3 tablespoons is an egg. Now, they warn you on some of the things when you make substitutions. They say don't substitute more than 2 eggs, a substitute. Mix up your substitutions. For the most part, I try to hold to that rule, but if it's just a couple eggs, I'll use that. You can also use it for a scrambled egg. The one thing that I have not figured out, and if anyone has any suggestions, please let me know, are deviled eggs. Now I've got the filling, but the outside, the white part, I have tried potatoes. I have tried, oh my gosh, so many different things, and I just can't get something that tastes like an egg. I do have something that tastes like mac and cheese. Daiya makes some really, really good products. They're gluten-free and they're dairy-free. They also make pizzas. You can add stuff to them. Works well. Now, my one thing here, and this is heavy because I haven't opened it. I swear by GF Jules flour substitute. You can only get it online. But it's GF is gluten-free, GF Jules. It's a 1-to-1 substitute, and it works very, very well. If I, for some reason, run out, then I use the Bob's Red Mill. But you can find flours that you can use without having to mix 5 or 6 different kinds of flours together like I had to when I first started. So be brave. Don't fear the food. You can make wonderful, wonderful dishes that everyone will love. People come to my parties. I sent out my Easter spread, which was gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free. And there was not one person that said, oh, that's a good gluten-free dish. Oh, that's a good dairy-free dish. They just said, Cheri, it tastes great. That's what I want to encourage you to do with your food. Don't fear it. Embrace it. I hope you don't end up with not being able to have your cheese. Cheese is a problem. There's some really good soft cheeses out there, and it says on the package melts, but I think it melts with a blowtorch. Just keep that in mind. But all in all, it's not such a bad life. I will do a follow-up for you on how to eat out at restaurants, which is an entirely different problem. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Join us as a guest at our next meeting. We can't wait to meet you.